video for a minute. Apparently it's about HagMaxxing. I know nothing about it. Again, I'm old, so I've learned new terms almost every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. So this should be a good one.
Social and economic factors and the rich, evil,
let me know if you can hear this. I think it should be good.
Retarded government. The American dream of owning a house and having a wife and 2 kids is dying. And the Zoomer Coomer fantasy of a rich older girlfriend taking charge and making you chicken nuggies while you play video games in your pajamas all day is...
I just want to just comment on that really fast. I probably brought this up a couple times because I'm a broken record, but as you guys know, I used to be married before, and you know, kids and everything. So like, it's funny because now that I'm out of it, I think to myself, like, do I still want stuff like that? And hearing that alone, I'm just like, it seems like the whole culture nowadays is kind of like pushing away from that. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I have like mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings, but the whole thing about older people, okay, so at least from my understanding, HagMaxxing is young folk wanting to date older people. That's my understanding. I'm sure she'll tell me, but chat, you're gonna have to explain some of this for me because you know me, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is thriving. Back in my day, we called this cougar hunting. Or,
same,
you know,
same.
mommy issues. But
also same. Still have those.
The kids today are calling it something different. HagMaxxing.
I have been told, also I think this might be just a tad bit too loud. I have been told that there is a lot of things now where it's maxing. Everything's like maxing, HagMaxxing, game maxing, or not game maxing, game. Apparently there's a few things. Apparently there's a fucking few things. I'm not exactly sure if that's like actually a thing or not, but chat, I'm sure you guys can explain all that to me. Actually, you know, before I continue, is that just like a thing now? It's just like everything is maxing. Who made that? How long has this been a thing? I gotta know, because apparently I'm missing out on a few things. Apparently I'm missing out on like a few things. I'm assuming this is semi-recent, so I'm just barely hearing all this. Savii maxing. Thank you. I think the very first time that I heard any of this shit was probably in February when it was my birthday. We just hit 31 and a couple people came in. I think someone rated into me. They're like, oh my God, you're 31. You're finally a hag. You're finally like HagMaxxing. I never even asked what the fuck that meant. I had no idea what the fuck that meant. So I just rolled with it. Because when I think of hag, I think of a witch. Which, by the way, it is October. So I was like, oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. But apparently it is not that. Then again, I could go as a witch this year for Halloween, but it doesn't matter.
In my last video, I jokingly referenced the term HagMaxxing.
You've been on a date with a 40-year-old?
Okay, that's different.
How is that different?
He's right.
Remember how I said that I will only watch 2 videos with her? That was the first one. I think I might have watched that with Asmin when he was reacting. I think that's the one. Really good video. I think that was about dating, especially nowadays. So yeah, things have been changing a lot in like the dating sphere. Now I haven't been on a date or done all that shit in years, which really I don't want to, but every time I see more and more of this shit, I'm just like, maybe I just stay away.
It's different. You're robbing the cradle. He's HagMaxxing. Educate yourself. Which greatly intrigued.
37? Wait, chat. You know, I gotta ask you, what is the age? What is the age that everyone's like, oh, this is when it actually starts? I was told that it's after 30. That's what I was told. Oh, wait, so it's 30. 18? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're just barely getting out of the cradle. 30. Okay, I thought it was after 30. Well, must have just already been like that. You know, actually, another thing is, and I'm sure she'll say it, but I have noticed an extreme want for older women as of late. You know, last I checked in like the real world, that wasn't really a thing. Must just be like an internet thing. Must be.
A lot of you. So I decided, you know what? I am going to make an entire video
dedicated
it
must be.
to
it's
covering
crazy.
This phenomenon. Gen Z men going out of their way to date older women.
Chat, is that any of you? Actually, you know what? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
What is this?
Never mind.
Why is this happening?
Is
Is this happening? And if it's happening, is it a good thing? Or is it a symptom of broader societal issues? Why are all these young whippersnappers scooping up these older timepieces? Oh, speaking of timepieces,
before she continues with that, I can tell you why the opposite. With my ex-wife, she was older than me by 6 years. It is a couple of things. One, it's definitely a sex thing. I will say that. Another thing is more just being with someone with more energy. Sometimes when someone's older, like guys, girls, doesn't really matter. A lot of the times, you'll start drifting. Someone may have energy, someone may not. In a normal guy-girl relationship, I was with girl-girl, but like for me, like that was a little different. But from what I've heard from normal relationships, I think, so women tend to get in their prime more in their 30s. You know, that's when you really get inside their prime. That's when you get a little rugged. Now, guys start to slowly slim away from it all. Like kind of, what is it? Your libido or something? I forget. Don't mind me. I just barely woke up, so bear with me. But point I'm trying to make is that the sex drive and everything starts to slowly slim while women's actually increase. It's about in their 30s. So sometimes you won't see eye to eye with things. That's why, and again, I don't want to scare nobody, but that's why you'll see a lot of people either like they'll have affairs or everything else, usually in their 30s. Not sure if you ever noticed that, but tends to happen. Not everyone, clearly, but there's a lot of issues that tend to happen during that time. Plus, like a lot of times marriages have been there for a few years already. So you'll have a lot of differences. Then eventually that's what I've seen. That's usually what I've seen. Now, hopefully it doesn't happen to anyone here that's actually married, but that's what I've noticed from my scientific calculations. Hopefully I'm wrong with that, but that's what I've seen.
Sponsor, Holzkern.
Oh, it went right inside of an ad.
Austrian company that creates uniquely crafted watches, jewelry, and accessories.
Does anyone actually
using all natural
who
materials
actually still
like
has
wood and
watches?
stone. Their high quality
I used to.
come in various
I used to
designs
have
for both men.
what is it? G-Shocks. I used to have G-Shocks back when I was active duty. Because here's the thing, they never broke. You can just jump in the water. You can do all that. You can smash it. It didn't really matter. It was just good. Yeah, but who still has watches? Anyone actually use them still? I just feel like watches are like something from the past. I had to take mine off for work. I know G-Shocks were great, and they really weren't all that much. I just would have it because, like, listen, being an engineer, you tend to get your, you will definitely get your hands dirty, and also you just smash things. Smash things like with your hands on accident. So it's nice to have something where it's not going to break. So that was always nice for me. Yeah, and here's the thing. I liked watches because I didn't have to pull out my phone. Like, it was just that simple, especially if you're in like a crawl space or whatever. So really depends on the situation. I prefer to use my phone, but usually I pull out my phone when I don't need it, and it would just break. I can't tell you how many times I broke a phone. I cannot tell you how many times I broke a fucking phone.
And women. Personally, I'm a huge fan of their men's watch collection.
Easy. I
like
completely agree with you. I like to have that, but so far we're good.
It's made with fine-grained walnut wood
so
and
far we are good.
Stainless steel. The walnut wood comes from here in North America, and all the wood Holzkern uses are FSC certified.
Does anyone have these watches? They look nice.
They
look nice.
I got
this is what I would get for like a boyfriend or something.
Modeled after a real pilot's watch. It
maybe. Then again, if I got one for a boyfriend, which again, that's not going to happen for a minute, but hypothetically, yeah, I don't know. I would have to, like, if you all fancy and proper, maybe if you worked in the business world, like how I do, maybe, but really I would try to get him something more practical, something that we both like. Maybe.
Style and even has a built-in stopwatch function. He loves the sporty yet professional
Feels
look,
a bit annoying
making
to
it
you.
a perfect choice
Yeah,
to
it just
wear
I don't
at
really
work
like things all over me.
And it would
even
be a
though
great
I have
gift
a few.
for any cougar looking to spoil their
even though I have
boyfriend.
like a few. I have a few.
Just saying. The watch I picked out for myself is the Colorburst Automatic watch. It has a unique green mosaic embedded in a stainless steel casing, and its wooden strap is easily adjustable to fit every wrist. Holzkern's products are made in small quantities
Make me think
to
about
ensure
watches.
that each item is built to last.
Make
They
me
do a
think
great
about
job
watches. I'm like,
combining functionality
skip,
and fashion,
listen.
And I just think their watches
We could skip ads and stuff, but here's the thing. I like supporting other fellow content creators, so I could care less.
look really neat.
And besides, I'm learning about watches, so shut up.
Earrings, rings, bracelets, and necklaces, like this platinum-plated shade necklace. The store has accessories
I haven't really
for both
worn
men and
jewelry in
women,
forever.
like the durable Forte bandlet for men.
I haven't
made from
worn
orange,
jewelry in
white
forever.
Or the duet bandlet for women. made with
Even though I
zebra
have
wood
this
and
right here.
elegant gold stainless steel.
Like in real life.
All items
Like in
come
real
with
life.
a 2-year warranty.
My
and
IRL
ordering
life.
is super easy with free express shipping to the US and most EU countries within 2
Oh,
to
they're
5
kind of expensive though. If I remember correctly, when I was getting G-Shocks, and this was like, I don't even know, like 10 years ago or something, $69 or something. I think it's like $69. I could be wrong. They do look nice. That is true. Because I was about to say, some of that stuff can be a little, kind of cheap. It can be kind of cheap. Also, damn, I love that emote. So cute. So cute. Is that a cat?
So if you're looking for a gift for
Adorable.
someone, or you
Adorable.
just want to treat yourself to a nice high quality watch,
Sorry, I
I
like cats.
definitely recommend checking out their store.
More of a dog
just click
person,
the
but I
link
like
in the video
cats.
description and use my special discount code SHOE at checkout to get 10% off your order store-wide.
I do like them,
thank you
though.
to Holtzgren for sponsoring this
I just like the
video.
wooden box
Now,
that they're
let's
in.
get back to it.
Sorry, I got
What's up with
overly
Gen
excited
Z
for
slang, dude? Looks maxing,
freaking watches.
HagMaxxing, Riz, sus. Back in my day, we had our epic bacon and rafflecopters, and we were happy. Now, when I think of the term hag, I usually think of
I will say one thing. I find some of these new words so stupid. But then again, I'm at that age now. Where I'm like, back in my day, our words were so much better, even though ours were like swag and God, wait a minute. It was swag. It was, well, she said a few of them. I'm just thinking like, what else? I'm sure there's more, but listen, I don't want to go down memory lane. I do remember swag. I don't know why that one was so big for a while. It was huge. YOLO. Oh my God. No. Okay. You know what? We're not going down this. You're gonna, oh God, I'm 31 already. You're gonna make me feel like I'm 51.
evil.
I already kind of fucking feel it.
No, apparently now it
Yeet.
means
Okay. I'm not looking
women
at chat.
above
I'm not looking
30.
at chat.
Fuck you guys. I'm so tired of comments that are like, I used to watch you when I was in 3rd grade and now I'm graduating college.
How
Good
old
for
are
you.
you? Wait, hold on. You look like in your like maybe your mid 20s. Is she my age? No way. I'm not saying I look old. But she looks like she is like in her mid 20s. Crazy. Okay, interesting. I like you already. This is like my second video watching of her. So nice. Sorry, I don't mean to pause, but that's awesome. That's
my
awesome.
knees hurt when I get up off the floor. Now,
That's how
this
I
term,
feel.
HagMaxxing went viral.
Tell me,
a
I
few
blame that
months
on the
ago
fucking
with
military.
this
I blame that on the
screenshot.
fucking
Meet
military.
The HagMaxxers. Gen Z's new social trend of dating older women.
I thought
a very
this is
strange
the age.
phenomenon is making its rounds on social media. Gen Z men are ditching casual sex with their women to pursue long-term relationships with financially stable and experienced millennial ladies. Now, even though this article doesn't actually exist, it was a meme created on 4chan, because of course it was, but the
Never been on 4chan, but looking at that, one thing I do want to say is this. In my current situation, now clearly I'm not dating, but one thing I will say is that in my life right now, if there's somebody that I like, if there's someone that I can really vibe with, right? I'd like to have someone that is on the right path, but at the same time, let's just say they're going through school or college. Do they have money right now? Absolutely fucking not. But I'm at that point where I don't care. As long as they're kind of on the right track, if that makes sense. Now, if I was younger, I'm like, whoa, listen, we're both broke, so we're gonna have to do something. But I think I'm in a better spot now. Like, again, I work 2 jobs, I do streaming, I do whatever, like, I do a lot of fucking shit. So really, money is not as bad as it once was. So I can understand where someone, like, having to deal with somebody that is more exciting, somebody that wants to do stuff, feels alive, feels like they're not like slowly dying, because I know I am sometimes. It's nice to have. All right. But yeah, so that's, I can kind of see it for that, but I'm sure people do it for other reasons. But of course. Oh, and I just went backwards.
Relationships, massive conversation and debate about HagMaxxing. And people had a lot of strong opinions about it. Motherless behavior.
That is a great first message. I mean, I bet you some of the people, it's true. Sorry.
Mommy issues rebrand. Another day, another psyop. It's not hag.
Chat, what does psyop mean? I've heard that for military. Doesn't that just mean crazy? Chat, I have no idea what some of these fucking terms mean. That just means crazy, right? You would think I know, because that is definitely a military term. I'm gonna pretend like I haven't been in the military for fucking 12 years. Okay. See, I was about to say, but what does it mean for just regular shit? Just regular shit. Mind games. Mind control. Oh, when someone's trying to like fuck with you. Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That makes a ton more sense. Okay. I was always wondering what that meant. Because I seen like someone's like, man, they're saying like this. Wait, actually, I can't give you like an example, but I've heard it around like before. Well, yeah, I know what MK Ultra is. I just didn't know what it meant in just like the normal world. The normal world, whenever people are trying to use it here. I just thought that meant that someone was crazy. So.
HagMaxxing, it's MILF hunting, and it's an art. Please don't misappropriate my fetishes, giving the dumbest name known to humankind to having a mommy kink. I mean, to be honest, I'm 16, waiting for a 20 to 25-year-old to pick me up.
You need to live life first. You need to live life just a little bit. Just a fucking little bit. Please and thank you. Just a little bit. I don't know. Go to your... Get to 20 first. Sure. I'm telling you, most of the times when I was dating guys, I would say that they kind of mature a lot more in 25, 24, 25, somewhere around there. Now, everyone's different, clearly, but that's usually the range I start seeing a little bit more. Kind of. Really, it's more in their 30s, but we'll, I'll take what I can get usually with that. That's like the general. That's a general basis, at least for me. Also, Grim, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
LOL. Okay, officer. I'm gonna throw up. I would love to have a 40-year-old
I hope you had a
sugar
great
mama
stream.
who buys
Thank you so
me
much for
gifts and
stopping
pays
by.
my bills. Drizzle, drizzle. Young hard dicks and the older women who enjoy them.
This is what I mean. It's fresh. You have somebody that knows what they're doing, usually. Mid 25, usually feel like, they're pretty strong buck. Let's say that. That's why a lot of the times people will tend to go for them. 35, 36, going in with a 25-year-old. Yeah, it sounds about right. Sometimes it's a one-night stand. Sometimes they keep them around. Sometimes they keep them around a little bit. Sometimes it kind of keeps them out of side piece. Sometimes it's like the whole shebang. Really just depends. Everyone's different.
This isn't new.
Some people are married with that, so... But listen, we'll get to that another time.
Bandwagoners are so cringe.
We'll get to that another time.
Since 2nd grade in Miss Johnson's class. I am going to kill every last Gen Z and Gen Alpha kid on this planet, including myself.
Fair enough.
I want to be a HagMaxxer, LOL, any female taker, XD. I like thick milfs
I
and
like
I cannot
that guy.
lie. Oh nice, it must be socially acceptable for 37-year-old men to date 20-year-old women again. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Absolutely not.
My thought process on that is this. Do I think it's strange if someone's like in their 40s trying to date like an 18-year-old? Dr. Disrespect, I'm talking about you. But at the same time, if there's certain spots where it's legal, sure, whatever. Now, I do think to myself, again, being a mom, I'm just thinking to myself like, okay, if my young daughter is talking to a guy that's in his 40s, maybe like older than me, we're going to have some problems. I'm just saying I'd rather not have that. Double standards. Okay, listen. I don't care either way. You know what? Do you? If you're an adult, you're a fucking adult. At the same time, do I feel like you should like maybe kind of talk with someone near your age? At least a few years between that. Yes. 10, 15 years. Maybe not so much. Hey, trust me, chat. I'm with you guys with the whole like the double standard thing. Stupid. Listen, I like to keep it fair. It makes sense to me. I'm not one of those people where girls can do this, but not guys. I find that so fucking stupid. If you're an adult, you're an adult. You want to hang out with other adults, go for it. Even though I feel like it's a little strange if you're like 15 years apart or something, but it is what it is.
I fucking love adult women. Women over 32 should be illegal.
I still got 1 year left, baby. I still got 1 year left. High five, Chad. Awesome.
Now, according to the very astute,
I still got 1 year left, bitch.
KnowYourMeme.com, the term HagMaxxing is very popular in the vtuber community. Now,
that you, chat. Ain't no fucking way. You know what? Actually, that checks out. That checks out a lot, actually. Y'all is stupid. Where do they even get that info from? Well, to be honest with you, just sit in a couple of streams a couple times. You'll see it.
I don't have much interest in the VTuber community.
Don't worry, me too.
But they seem to have a lot of interest in me. A lot of interest. Should I do a video reacting to VTubers reacting to me one day?
Is this just like a person? Sorry, I'm going to pause a lot. Is this just a person that like VTubers like to do videos on? Like I said, again, this is my, if I want to say like our reactions to our very first one with her. I like her. I like her energy. I like her energy. I see. Hey, listen, this is my first one, okay? Listen, go to the YouTube channel. You'll fucking see. You'll see. Leave me alone, Chad.
That might be fun.
Hag stick together, true and
Although
real.
it seems to be a meme amongst the VTubers and the weebs, it is apparently a thing happening in real life. Rise of the boy toy.
I can't believe she said VTubers. Yeah, that's you, Chad. That's you.
One woman
Y'all need to
stated,
fix your shit.
Women my age seem to be excited by the freshness and lack of bitterness that comes with dating someone younger. Younger men seem more open and less burdened by insecurities. Okay, I have a feeling I'm going to be saying this like 100 times in this video, but could you imagine an article like this with the genders reversed?
It's always like that too. It's always like that. And again, that's what I was saying with the whole like double standard thing. I don't like it. Trust me, Chad. I'm right there with you. I'm on your side. I fucking hate that shit too. When someone's like, oh, well, I can do this, but not you. It's like, why? It's like, oh, I didn't know that the law changed for us just because I have a fucking pussy and not a fucking dick. I don't know. Listen, I didn't read that in the laws. No, okay. Strange.
I love dating these young, fresh boys. They're less bitter. They have less baggage. They're not ran through. People would just be calling it red pill incel.
They're not ran through.
Age gap relationships between millennial women and Gen.
When I think of that damn meme, which I try to bring it up like, I think it was like a couple streams ago, where it's that one meme where the girl's like, all right, I'm ready to settle down. And her pussy looks like fucking roast beef. Looks like an RV sandwich. I want to say that's what she's referring to. I pray that's what she's referring to. And if she is, she's my new best friend.
Gen Z men are on the rise. Our analysis of age hypogamy reveals the pragmatic underpinning of these relationships. It sometimes comes down to who's available. Many older men prefer to date younger women. The same is true for a lot of older women.
That is something I've been noticing a lot.
Gen Z men emerging as appealing dating options. For their part, many Gen Z men might have few opportunities to date women their own age.
I want to comment on that. So something I noticed, because we've been doing a lot of videos on, what do we do? We've done like OnlyFans stuff. Okay, let's just say this. We've done a few videos on like more or less people spawn camping girls that just barely hit 18. Then they go off to their OnlyFans. And then like, I'm just like thinking to myself, like, aren't you like 40, 45? They're just waiting for these young girls hit 18. And I'm just like, why y'all do that? I mean, don't get me wrong. Younger, I understand, blah, blah, blah. But like that young. Chat, listen, someone explain that to me. Because I'm just like, don't you kind of like it like a little bit older? Because listen, from my experience, okay, so I have told this story before. My quote unquote COVID mistake. She was a lot younger than me. So I think I was like 27 and she was like 21. So it was about 6 years apart. That was actually the same age that me and my ex-wife met originally. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. It was different. And the reason why I say that is because we were in two different parts of our life. She was just barely even able to like get alcohol for the first time by herself, which is strange. But like she slowly became an alcoholic. And for me, I wasn't trying to do none of that shit. That was just not for me. That was not for me. I was like, I've already done that, taking fucking pictures. Then again, active duty, you have this tendency to drink a lot. So it was a bit of a mess. But like, that's why I tell people, like, it's all about the vibe. It's all about what you guys have been a part of. But we were in two different parts of our life. So we fought a lot. So that's why when I think of someone that's really old and super, super young, I'm just like, there's no way you all are going to match. There's no way. Like, it has to be just for a quick fuck. It has to be. And listen, if that's what you want to do, fine. But like, if you're trying to like, you know, there are people that are like, oh, we can do this together as like a relationship. I'm like, can you though? I would be surprised. I would be fucking surprised. I don't know. I don't get it. Unfortunately, that's been a thing forever. Yeah, I can only imagine. Like, people are interesting. Also, I've never seen a website like that. Listen, I've been off the internet for like forever. Listen, the last 3 years I've been learning all about stuff. Let's just say that. Streaming, how people do things on the internet. Sometimes I wonder, was this a good idea? I have no idea. Anyway, I have fun with streaming, so let's just say that. So all is good here. Hi, Whiskey. How you doing?
Date older women for
Am I
various
winning?
reasons.
Kind of.
Enter millennial.
Hope you're having an awesome day.
And I'm proud to be a millennial with my side part and skinny jeans.
If you're an older millennial
Sorry.
woman, you might be attracted to younger men for their energy, inclusive views about sex and gender, and superior care and literacy about their partner's emotional well-being.
So is that why you guys like hanging out with me? Because I'm starting to see something. Energy. I care about you guys. I'm just like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that a little bit. I can kind of see that just a little bit. I always wonder why some people watch my old ass, and I'm like, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. There are also older VTubers that are out there too. So maybe that's what it is. If we're all still kind of giving out both the same vibes, then I can understand that. I get it. Now, my question is this. Is it more like an actual relationship, or do the Zoomers want us to take care of them like little babies? It's almost as if like you want me to treat you like a little baby, get you food, but also have sex afterwards. I want to say it's kind of like that. Like I always wonder if like maybe like they want to also be a part of the relationship. I don't know, kind of contribute. Maybe not. She did say something about playing video games and eating chicken nuggets. So maybe not. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Either way, it's interesting. Let's say that.
In many ways, Gen Z men see millennial women as an opportunity to level up emotionally and socially. With their evolved attitudes about everything from non-monogamy and gender fluidity to the anti-hustle soft life, Gen Z men may be the most likely generation to overturn powerfully entrenched stereotypes about sex and relationships. The kind featured by podcast bros. I love how millennial women have just psyoped themselves into believing a man who thinks f***ing a whole bunch of different women at the same time with no romantic.
Wait, hold on.
Podcast bros. I love how millennial women have just psyoped themselves.
So what are they trying to
believing-
say? What are they trying to say? I feel like I completely missed that. Sorry, I think I just had a brain fart. Wait, are they saying like... Okay, wait, somebody explain that to me. Explain that to me. What does that even mean? See, that's what I'm saying. I was like, wait a second, I'm missing this. It's like one of those big red pill talks. Oh, okay. So when they mean like podcast bros, they mean like Andrew Tate and shit. I'm assuming so. I have no idea, honestly. I'm assuming so. It's just another fucking psyop. Yeah, you know what? Probably.
A man who thinks f***ing a whole bunch
Hag
of
is actually
different
30.
women
Listen,
at the
I think
same
it is.
time with no
It's 30.
romantic
It's 30.
commitment
30
is
plus.
an
I thought it was
evolved
31,
way of
but,
looking
you know.
at relationships. Like, yes, queen, that Zoomer you're banging is so open-minded and progressive. He's not like those podcast bros. I swear modern
I get it now. They're talking about people that like praise us. It's the whole slay queen model. I fucking hate that shit. That whole culture, to me personally, is... First off, it's fucking toxic. It's literally making it so it's like, oh, you can do whatever you want, your body, your fucking mind. And don't get me wrong, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Sure. But it makes it so like everyone else is fucking shit. They always say like guys are fucking shit. And it's like, no. It's like empowering, but at the same time, really, I think it's just so that people can do whatever they want and without any consequences. And if people say like otherwise, they're like, hey, don't tell me what to do because blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, freedom and power and whatever. That's kind of how I see it. I think the whole culture is stupid, honestly. I think it's really stupid. I mean, granted, you could do whatever the fuck you want, but at the same time, like, I think they use that excuse so they can do whatever. And usually a lot of times it's stuff where like you have to look at them like, really? What is this? Also, hi Private, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Also, hi Mako, how are you doing?
feminism is like
Good to have
the
you guys.
greatest trick men have played on women. Like, just a bunch of dudes got in a room one day and were like, hear me out. We convinced them that getting naked and sleeping around is empowering.
Exactly. Slay. I love that. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Genius! Even Hollywood seems to be hopping on the HagMaxxing train. Why are so many older women dating younger men in recent rom-coms? I'm old enough to be your mother, sighs Anne Hathaway as she passionately entwines with Amazon's new heartthrob Nicholas Galazine in The Idea of You. Oh, Anne Hathaway? I'm sorry, who wouldn't HagMax with Anne Hathaway?
My papa loves her. My papa loves her so fucking much. So you listen, I see the appeal. I see the appeal. I like her energy. That's always my thing. She always has like a very like happy face. Happy face. Like, I don't know. I like energy. I like passion. I love energy. That's what gets me personally. That's what gets me. People that kind of feel like they kind of give a fuck. Kind of like they give a fuck. I don't know.
Forward young man you are. My goodness.
This phenomenon is a groundbreaking
Wait. Is
shift,
that how?
considering
Okay, wait a
Hollywood
second.
with
Is that how you want me to talk to you guys?
Anne
You're like, look how
Hathaway.
big you are.
Forward young man you are. My goodness.
This phenomena is a groundbreaking shift.
how big you
considering
are.
Hollywood's
It's like,
reputation for
wow.
perpetuating the male
So look,
gaze
your
and
penis
old
is
men's
huge.
uncanny obsession with
No one ever said
younger
that to you.
women. You know, I really don't care about this shit.
Just
but
kidding.
It is so funny how much of this equality stuff is just, okay, now it's women's turn to do the thing we said was bad. All the new strong
Exactly.
female leads in movies that are just kind of assholes. The celebrating of billionaire female CEOs. Like, did you actually want change? Or was it really all just penis envy?
What it really is that power. It's power. People love power. People love to be able to be like, hey, I can do this and you can. I'm in a position that's better than you. Now, granted, guys, especially in the workforce, guys have always been above, like a lot of women. Now, we're starting to get to that point now where women are starting to do that, but it's not like equality. You start with equality to make it so that you can build yourself back up. Then it's a power thing. Literally start to become like the same thing. That's all it is. Swapping around, swapping roles, and then now they're inside power. Again, when you abuse your power, you're just like everybody else, a piece of dog shit. Piece of fucking dog shit. I don't care what freaking male, woman, don't care. Like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. And you know, I think the equality thing, that seems to be where it starts to lead. I mean, again, am I wrong for that? I think so. That's what I've seen. And again, I worked in the business world for a very long time. Still kind of do. So that's what I see.
Older women partnering with younger men. Why do some people have a problem with that? Perhaps celebrities
I think it's
will
a power
help ease
thing
the
also.
stigma. The French president's wife, Brigitte Macron, is almost 25 years older than her husband.
See, that's kind of what I mean. I mean, it's not like they can't have things in common, but like, I mean, what specifically do you have in common when it's just got to be a sex thing? I mean, that's it. It's a young buck. That's it. It's a young fucking buck and an old bitch and an old hag. I mean, it just makes sense to me. What else could it be? What, do you want to talk to him and have sex with him and then make him play with his fucking cars? You want to play Legos afterwards? Like, I don't see it.
They met when he was 15
Gonna play
and she was
Legos.
his high school teacher. Wait, that is not good. There should be a stigma against that.
I agree with you.
Maybe these high-profile women will help shatter the stigma and normalize the benefits of widening our options when seeking romantic partnerships. After all, at every age, we deserve what our hearts desire.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that said that and now they're in jail. I don't know. I feel like I've heard that before. I don't see them anymore either. It's strange. It's almost as if it's almost as if like they went somewhere. It's hard to say. I don't know. Strange.
No. When you are a
Chat, you hear
grown-ass
this? No.
teacher and your
No, Diddy.
heart desires an underage...
Don't even talk to me about like the Diddy stuff. Oh God, I've been researching all that. Yeah, that's like a whole thing. That's a whole video. We'll talk about that one of these days.
Student, you do not in fact deserve that. What am I reading? I'm 37 and my boyfriend is 23. I make upper six figures and own a condo in New York City. At least 3 of my friends are also dating significantly younger men. One is 32 and has been dating a 19-year-old for 3 years.
Wait, hold on.
I don't rely on
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm asking too much of your personal life, Chad, but Anybody in a relationship like that? And if that's the case, you gotta explain to me, like, how'd that start? How'd that start? Maybe that's not a video conversation, but at the same time, that is a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, that's like huge. That's huge. And I think about like me and my ex-wife with that. We were 6 years apart. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, all right, well, we had a lot of issues at first, at the start, because we were at two different parts in our life. I was a lot younger. She was more established. She had family. I did not. Then eventually I started to merge, but it took a long time. But that was still 6 years, not 19.
To be financially stable. I don't need my
Wait.
man to have a good job. We both know what we want out of this relationship and we're getting it. You know, honestly, good for this. Wait, one is 32 dating a 19-year-old for 3 years.
Oh, she's 16. All right, so she met that guy when she was 16. You want to know what this reminds me of? Just probably worse. Any military guys here? Do you remember the creeps that used to like hang around the high schools and stuff? They're like, oh, I got this high school girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, but you're like 20 and you're already been in the military a couple of years. Can't you, like, I don't know, go find somebody else? Maybe go find somebody else. I don't know. I remember those people even when I was going off to high school. It was just listen, people are strange. Dating is strange. How people think about like who they want to be with, strange. Everything's strange.
Oh,
maybe because I became a mom and I had kids and I'm like, no.
We have a lot of love and
don't
make
do
a
that
man
to my daughter.
Feel like a man. We are not drama queens. We can't get pregnant. We are very sexy. I'm not like the other girls. I'm infertile. Men.
That makes a lot more sense. See, chat, look at that. That's why. Can't get pregnant, so you might as well fuck whoever you want.
Dating older women is called HagMaxxing now. Why can't men just be normal?
Y'all wild.
Why does everything have
Everyone's
to be
wild.
misogynistic?
Y'all wild.
No. It's not misogynistic. The term hag here is endearing. We're taking back the term hag. It's like when black people took back the N-word. There's something serious.
No more Call of Duty. No more Call of Duty lobbies. Those are some crazy times. Anybody remember like 2012? I think that's when Call of Duty popped out. No. What was it? It was 2010. It was, 2009. I'm thinking of like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where every other word was the N-word. You know, we've changed a lot, Chad. And don't even get me started on like YouTube stuff. Okay, so it was 2009. See, I know my shit. I know when kids squealing, and I still think that they probably still do that shit. But like, it was that, and then like YouTube stuff. Listen, I may not have known very much for Twitch, but YouTube, what was it, like 2016? 2016 is when you started seeing a lot of that shit. I don't know, crazy times. There are different times, most definitely.
Seriously disgusting about men taking advantage of
To be honest, I don't think the N-word stuff really changed very
resources.
much.
So when it's a younger man dating an older woman, the younger man is still the predatory one? What? You guys just cannot win. Really?
I feel bad for that because it's the whole double standard. It's the whole double standard of, it's like, well, I can do this here because I have fucking tits and a vagina. It's like, no, that makes zero sense. You know, the whole equality thing that everyone fucking wants. You know what I mean? The whole equality thing. Yeah, apparently that doesn't apply. It's like you think it does, but then it's like, oh, just kidding. Like, I still remember that story about, there was a teacher that was like having sex with some kid, and like, I think they made a Southpark episode about that where he's like, nice. It was so fucking stupid. But have it the other way around, yeah, it's not gonna work out all that well. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not gonna work out all that well. Yeah, just saying. Funny episode though, most definitely.
This is so disgusting. 34
Hi,
is
Chris
not
Mack. Thank you so much for the 13 months, by the way. Thank you.
Okay, so we've heard from the hags. Now let's hear from the HagMaxxers. Why are these young men dating older women? I have mommy issues. Oh, well...
That tends to be the one that I see over and over and over again. It's like, I have mommy issues. Any mommy issue enjoyers here? Really, I could care less. Just kidding.
Right?
I don't want to see it.
I have a granny fetish. Come on, there's gotta be another reason. Because Gen Z women are worth going for.
A granny fetish. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep pausing this. This is funny. I like this. So anyone have a granny fetish? Y'all call me your fucking abuela. So maybe that's what it is. It's like, fuck the mom thing. It's like the abuela. See, it makes more sense now. Makes a lot more sense now. Okay. That's cool.
And I have mommy issues. To be honest, as a
So
guy
what
who's
happened?
22
Why y'all
dating
had so many mommy
36-year-old,
issues?
I
Like,
think
I
for
have
the most
mine,
part,
but that's like a
older women
whole
are
different
just
thing.
A lot less drama and just more mature. Older
Sometimes
the better.
older women are
Most
just
have
better.
A car, a house, financial stability, and time.
The reason why
They're
I
mature.
like older people a lot of the times is because a lot of that drama, a lot of the things that people fucking bitch and complain about, the social media fucking brain rot twats, like all those little bitches, a lot of times, and not saying that older women do not deal with that, but a lot of the times it's less of a thing. We tend to kind of just have already gotten past that. Sometimes. Some people are still in that shit. You can ask some of my old friends from back. Listen, ask some of the other fucking fellow ghetto babies, I like to call them. Some of them are still doing the same old bullshit. Same old fucking bullshit. I know, sometimes they're on Facebook. Some. But a lot of the times, we're kind of gotten off of that. We're kind of not doing the same stupid bullshit. Usually not partying a lot of the times. And well, I have a couple of friends that still do, but it's a lot less. Let's just say that. It's just a lot less. So, and not only that, but like you kind of already have your shit together. Especially if you're a single. If you are single, no kids, a lot of the times, like that is like the most desirable thing ever. Now, ones that already have a family with kids and stuff like that, some people are like, that's too much. But ones that actually like have no kids, that they're doing well. Yeah, let me just say, she's fucking. She's fucking. She's fucking.
And can teach you some valuable lessons, wisdom, and experience.
It's because then people don't feel like they're like, oh, I need to be here in this family. They just fuck.
Are much more receptive and flirty than Zoomer girls. Honestly, it's partly because modern Western girls from 18 to 25 are like 80% hoes now. A woman who is 30 today likely has fewer partners, sexual or other, than a woman who is 5 years younger than her.
Not true. It's probably worse, especially if she's single. No husband, no nothing. Yeah, no. At least from the people that I've known. Yeah, I was saying, I'm like, don't want to. The reason why he's probably seeing that is because a lot of those girls are very open about that. They're talking about it. It's the whole empowering thing. Do you remember that? They're like, yeah, I can do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. Now, a lot of older women, I listen, I can't say this enough. In your 30s, that's when you're in your prime sexual. That is when people want to have sex the most. So I promise you, this is probably worse. So this is how I know. This is how I know he actually hasn't like been around it. Like that's how I know he hasn't been like around it. So listen, I'm gonna be real with you. That's kind of just how it is. I mean, you can find a loyal one out there, but if she's single, no family, no nothing, she's getting around.
I changed my Tinder age range from 20 to 25 to 30 to 39 and have been going on more dates than ever before with beautiful women who do not care that I don't make six figures at 22 years old.
Usually because we're established.
A younger woman who we know is potentially a flight risk, or appreciate an older woman who has their own shit together.
Exactly.
George W. Bush married an older woman to get that money. I don't think George W. Bush should be a role model for anything.
Didn't he have money though? His family is like set. His dad was the president. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, whoever wrote that, I don't think he did enough research. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know. Is that a Reddit thing? I've never been on Reddit. I don't understand. I don't know how that works. I've heard a lot of dumb shit. That's all I gotta say.
Easy, good sex,
yeah, but I thought he had money
conversations,
already.
Less games, more fun, and they treat you nicely.
Yeah, I would say oil tycoons. See, that's what I thought.
Sex part? Oh, and if it's post-menopause, even better. If girls can date older men, then why not?
Because then you gotta worry about babies.
I'm 16, and I'm not attracted to anyone below 30 years old.
Oh, come on. You need to live life a little bit. That's the definition of mommy issues. No, he wants to get taken care of, plays video games, and fuck some beautiful 30-year-old. Now, that's a rare occasion. Especially 16. No. Like most people that I know in their 30s, especially some of my hoe friends, which again, if you want to be a hoe, you want to be a hoe. I could care less. But like, I mean, listen, slay. But usually it's in their mid-20s, 24. That's what I've noticed. 22, 23, 24. Sometimes 25. 26 is kind of getting like pushing it a little bit to where it's like the normal dating. But yeah, 24. That's what I've noticed. Maybe in like their mid 20s, but like the reason why I say about 24 is because they've been 21. They've already had their drinking phase. Not saying that they're not still doing it, but like already had at least 3 years of it. They've kind of gotten a little bit more established with their work, their life. So usually it's around that, usually. Now, of course, it changes via every person, but that's what I've noticed. 24.
Ah yes, the elusive reverse pedophile. Dating a woman with a career, property, experience in bed and life. What's not to like? Young sluts want the money up front. Old sluts are just happy to get some attention.
I was already laughing True
Older women
and
fed
real.
me, slept with me, and sent
True
me on
and
my
real.
way with
Bars.
snack packs.
Bars.
Legit amazing. I'm 26 now, dating a 38-year-old after years of trying with women my age and younger. They are all social media obsessed narcissists. I feel like they're hyping up millennial women too much here. Oh, they're not narcissists obsessed with social media. You guys weren't around during the MySpace days.
Exactly. And listen, I still have a lot of people, again, people my age, around 31, 32, 34. They just do it on Facebook. That's all it is. They do it on Facebook. They're like, look at me doing this. And I'm just like, it's the same thing, just a little different. It's just a little different. Different, how should I say? Different things that they're posting, but a lot of the time it's still the same fucking thing. And they're still gossiping and doing all that. But I feel like the younger generation of women tend to it's hard to explain. It's just, let's just say this before I'm going into too much detail, is that they just do things differently, especially for socials. They tend to think about it more often. Let's just say that. But then again, it varies on each person. But that's usually what I notice. Yep, clout. Benson, clout. 100%. When I think older people, I think more in their clout in their friend group, if that makes sense. So a little bit smaller, while I feel like younger folk is more like, hey, clout everywhere. They want people to know you're the baddest bitch. So for me personally, I feel like it is a little different, but kind of the same. She's 100% correct.
A Gen Z
people
woman
are still using Facebook. It's
They're
huge.
Me, give me, take care
Listen,
of me.
I still have mine.
And if the ones my age
I just never
loyal,
use it.
might as well. They're basically like a grandma caring for you and taking care of you.
People want to get taken care of.
Oh my god. Nothing like a no denture adventure.
All right, get out of here. I'm sorry, I can't with these comments. Who's making these fucking comments? Where is this on YouTube? Wait, is this on YouTube? Twitter? No, it has to be on fucking YouTube. It has to be. Who are these people? You get a chat, it's like your abuela, and she's like, if you don't get it, you don't get it.
You people are sick.
That's what I'm saying.
This is happening more than ever.
It's like 60 some years old, unless you just didn't take care of your teeth.
Or gifts. Or that Gen Z women are too obsessed with drama.
I didn't want to stop her again, but I have to ask. Has anyone ever done that with someone? It's like the grapefruit, except it's just with her. You didn't have to say that. Okay, if anyone doesn't know about the grapefruit thing, like... All right, you know what? Actually, I ask these questions, but I'm like, do you really want to know? I'm like, no, Savi, you really don't want to know. You don't want to know. That's like a 60-some-year-old usually.
Media. No,
that's like how my grandma is. She has no teeth.
So
stay
as
away
we
from my
talked about
grandma.
Before in other videos,
stay away from my grandma.
Men are dropping out of college. The issue is a lot of young college-educated women want college-educated men. See, Stacy is looking for someone college-educated who's making more than her, but not that many young men are on that level yet. Older men are, but not many around Stacy's age. But you know who doesn't care? Karen. Karen doesn't care about your lack of college degree. Karen wants to pick you up in her 2013 Toyota minivan.
Exactly.
Bang you in the back seat, then take you to Olive Garden.
Oh my god. I have so many stories about... Never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Listen, me and my ex were very... But, okay, listen, but it's true though. You do your stuff, boom, done. It's like, hey, let's go eat. Nope. And then no extra shit. Sometimes you could talk about like relationships. So a lot of times like, hey, let's go eat afterwards. Completely just, it's simple. It is just simple. And that's like the best part I like to say with like older women, with just adults. with just adults, a lot of the times you can kind of just like boom, do your thing, go eat, relax, and then just like that's it. Like you're not looking at Rebecca who's like really young and she's just like, so what are we now? It's like sometimes you kind of just do stuff and then you might hang out again. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But like a lot of people just don't really think about it. And if you really like them, then it might happen that way. So I don't know. It varies. It varies again per couple. By the way, Chad, I'm not telling you fucking jack shit. I said what I said. I said what I said.
Unlimited breadsticks. For basically all of human
I do
history,
like them
the most
breadsticks.
prevalent age gap was older men and younger women.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Well, it's because men are all disgusting creeps who should be thrown into work camps and castrated and forced to make us pumpkin spice lattes. But also, it's because younger women are more fertile, and the whole point
And
of
apparently
relationship-
older people like to do spawn camping. They like to wait patiently for the 18-year-old. Or some people don't. I'm looking at you, Dr. D. Well, actually, in Diddy, and apparently this year is just the year of people just talking to kids. It's just strange.
Is to make babies, or at least it used to be.
Spawn
Well, at least
camping.
in our
I like
lizard
that
brains.
term. Just
That's
waiting.
The whole point.
Just
I don't know what the
waiting.
point of modern relationships are anymore. I just learned recently that people purposely get into short-term relationships, which is bizarre to me. Like, what's the point? As well as situationships and polycules. The world is very confusing.
All it is really with that is that people just want to fuck. They don't want to be held down. So they use all these stupid ass terms. To be like, hey, I want to have sex with you. But at the same time, you mean pre-ordering. Viewers, I heard that earlier today and I was like, oh my God, please. No. I like that though. It's so stupid. People like, God damn you. People like to, God damn this. Look what you did. Hold on, pause. People like to put all these fancy terms and all these things where it's like, oh my God, we can do this much and this much, but really they just want to fucking see different kind of people. Now, with older people, it's not complicated. If that's what they want, people are just like, yeah, well, this is what I like. People just in general don't mind saying it like it is a lot of the times. When you're little, when you are smaller, when you are young, a lot of the times you do all these terms not hurt anybody. But a lot of times when you're older, you kind of just don't care. You're like, well, this is like, it's like they'll try to make it complicated. But really, older people just don't really make it complicated a lot of the times. Again, not everybody, but that's the good majority from what I've seen.
It turns out people are different.
Pre-ordering.
Now let's be real. HagMaxxing simply does not make any sense from a evolutionary
Actually, thank you for the 9 months, by the way. How you doing?
But it's 2024. We have surpassed the need for evolutionary biology. We could grow babies in pods and also kill ourselves in them.
Is this true? No way. No fucking way. Wait, no shot. What about the baby and like the... No. No fucking way. Listen, chat says yes. There ain't no fucking way. That's crazy. We are starting to go into the future now. And yet we still haven't been able to clone ourselves. Listen, that one pisses me off. I'm trying to have like multiple me's. Listen, I got shit to do. And this one self is getting kind of old, so I ain't got as much energy. It's like Futurama shit. Absolutely. Also, another thing with the whole baby thing. Our economy fucking sucks. And to have a family now, shit, I've already been there, done that. You know how much money that is? It's having even one kid is expensive as shit. I had 2 kids, and let me tell you something. It's expensive. So you think you want to go do other stuff? It's like, how much money do you think you have? You better be a fucking doctor. You better be something that's going to make bank. Because listen, that shit is expensive. Not to mention the house and where you're living. And oh, don't get me wrong, because here's the thing. Because then you want to put your kids in a good school because schools fucking suck nowadays. So you want to put them in a private school. Also, these stories are my issues. These are all the stories that me and my ex had to deal with. We were just like, okay, I want to put our kids in the private school because like, it was long stories. Point is that it's expensive. And in this economy, it's pretty fucking shitty. Hard to make families now.
Our brains are full of plastic now. Men wanting to be with younger women made sense.
I don't know
when
what that
babies
means.
Were the goal, but babies don't seem to be the goal anymore. For many older women who simply don't want to have them, and for many younger Gen Z men who think they can't afford them, or even worse, are scared that having kids will contribute to climate change. It's like every other week I see.
I don't understand that one. I don't understand that one. Also, the microplastics, I have no idea what that is. We live in a crazy world. We live in a crazy world. I don't get it. I don't understand. But at the same time, though, I understand the whole kid thing. Like, even for me, again, after my divorce stuff, I was thinking, do I want kids again? Do I want to do all that? I like to say yes, but at the same time, though, the whole thing about it, how you start it, what you're doing, how much that it's going to cost, not to mention, like, if anyone's ever been through a divorce, that shit is expensive. Like, and when they say like splitting your money, yeah, no. And, you know, for me, I'm kind of old school. I kind of like to, like, you know, be with somebody. Like, I'm like, hey, I kind of like you. So, you know, I'm very old school when it comes to that. So, yeah, it can be, shit really fucks with you. So then it's like thinking like, hey, can I do that shit again? It's like, I don't know. And seeing stuff like this really makes you think. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. So the whole older women not wanting kids stuff, it's definitely a thing. It's starting to become a thing.
An article, fear-mongering
like
Gen Z. Don't have kids, it will increase the carbon emissions, blah, blah, blah. You have to save the planet. And first of all, I gotta ask, who the fuck we saving the planet for if not future generations? So if Gen Z does not want kids...
Listen. You know how you want to know how you save the planet? Less people. And if we're already not having kids... listen, it's slowly slimming it out. So we'll be fine. Just keep not having kids. Listen, Japan does it really well. So we need to start doing the whole Japan thing. Like, that works out real well.
Can't afford kids. Why does being with a fertile woman even matter? Might as well date an older woman. Might as well scramble those...
I mean, am I wrong?
Rotten eggs. Oh,
why you gotta say it like that?
Edit that out. No.
Hi Blair, thank you for the raid, by the way. Thank you. Welcome to our Reacting Andy streams. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Years even. In fact, there was a very famous HagMaxxer in American history who wrote an entire letter of why it's preferable to sleep with an older woman. And that HagMaxxer's name? Benjamin Franklin.
President? Mr. Presidente. There's no way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it's the Void game, right? Yeah, listen, I gotta look into that. I think the first time I seen that was with Boone. But yeah, enjoy our reacting stream. It's great to have you. Thanks for bringing your awesome community by. Thank you. But yes, Mr. Benjamin Franklin. All right, I gotta hear this.
No, I'm not kidding. Benjamin Franklin literally wrote about the benefits of HagMaxxing. And what's funny is a lot of the reasons Benjamin Franklin gives are the same reasons a lot of the Zoomers who HagMax give today. Because as they have more knowledge of the world and their minds are better stored with observations, their conversation is more improving and more lastingly agreeable.
100%
because
Blair.
When women cease to be handsome, they study to be good. So basically, she can't rely on her looks anymore and has to develop a personality.
We talked about that with the last video. The whole about like the pretty like privilege thing. Listen, for my ladies out there, actually for my men out there, all I gotta say is this: please make it so that when we're talking, hell, even when we're having sex and afterwards or beforehand, where it's like foreplay stuff, if I'm not, all right, I had this ex that I was like seeing, we weren't really fully dating, but I specifically remember she was talking to me about some bullshit and all I wanted to do was leave. I'm like, you know what? Actually, I think I did. Like at first I was kind of in the mood and I was like, all right, I kind of want to do this. Called her over, boom. And then she started talking about some dumb shit. And then I realized, I was like, maybe we're not compatible. So then I was like, hey, listen, I got something to do. You know what I did? I had my friend call me. I was like, hey, say that like somebody died or something. Say somebody died. I gotta get out of here. Get a personality. Make it so you're not like stick in the mud. Make it so I'm not trying to like have sex with Plank from Ed and Eddie. Please. I don't care how hot you are. Cause she was pretty, she's pretty hot. But like the point is that I'm not trying to fucking deal with someone's fucking basic ass life. Make it so I actually like you. Give me something. Personality. Get one, chat. Touch grass.
Because there
You
is
don't
no
like
hazard
plank?
of
I'm not
children,
trying to fuck
which
a piece of
irregularly
board.
produced may be attended with much inconvenience.
So stupid.
Because they're more
He was kind of a
experienced,
pimp,
they are
though.
more prudent and discreet in conducting an intrigue to prevent suspicion. They're easier to cheat on your wife with. Lovely, because in every
So funny story with my ex-wife. Okay, actually, that's for another day. We'll talk about that later. It involved all of that too. Also, Paul, thank you for the raid. I don't think I ever talked about that story, but we'll talk about that later. If not, the fucking video is gonna be like 1,000 hours long.
every animal that walks upright, the deficiency of the fluids that fill the muscles
This girl is
appears
spitting
first in
bars.
the highest
This
part.
girl
The
is spitting
face
bars.
First grows lank and wrinkled, then the neck, then the breast and arms.
No, Paul, you
the
came
lower
at the
parts
perfect time. Thanks so much for
continuing
stopping
to the
by.
last,
Welcome to our
as
reacting to
plump
Andy
as ever.
content. It's good to have you.
Benjamin Franklin really just said, "The ass is still fat."
Hell yeah, brother.
Incredible stuff from our founding fathers.
Hell
I will
yeah,
literally
brother.
never be able to look at a picture of this man the same again. This is no longer the guy who discovered electricity. No, this is the great American HagMaxxer.
He knew what he was. Listen, he knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted. He came. I like him. Listen, nothing's more sexier to me as someone that is upfront. It is upfront. He knows what he likes. He knows what he likes, and that's the thing that I think a lot of older women like. So actually, no, other way around. I think that's why the whole younger generation likes older women is because a lot of the times we know what we want. A lot of the times we make it simple. It's like, hey, I want this. Boom, done and done. There's no weird shit in between. It's just boom. That's it. It's nice when life is simple, when you're upfront. Nobody likes that fucking pussy footing around stupid shit. Just, it's like, no. Upfront and fucking personal. Nice and easy.
So basically, some Gen Z guys have found a hack in the male loneliness epidemic by dating the women who are suffering from the female loneliness epidemic. Like the two unwanted ends of a bread loaf coming together to
And don't even get me started with moms. Moms and kids. Now, I know for a fact not everyone wants to be around someone that has already had kids. You know, the ones that already had a save file. Even though you should probably delete that save file. But I'm not going to tell you how to do all that. But point is, because they are probably the most loneliest there. Let's just say that.
make a sandwich. Beautiful. Two people who believe they are the leftovers of society. Two people using each other to temporarily numb the pain. Or maybe it's not that fucking deep and it's just a funny meme. To be honest, I don't think this is an epidemic.
You might be
but
right.
The internet makes it seem like it is.
Delete
All the
the
data
child.
basically says that women prefer to date men slightly older than them or around the same age as them. And men tend to date women younger than them or around the same age as them.
Eat the child.
Large age gaps, for the most part,
Ella
are
stupid
rare.
touch.
In relationships where the man is older, he's usually only older by 1 to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
In relationships where the woman is older, 2 to 3 years.
See, I like this. This is what I was trying to talk about. Like, once you get to a certain spot, like hell, with my code mistake, this is how far we were. About 6 years. So it was about 5 to 6 years. With me, my ex-wife, there. And we had problems. So it's easier, and usually you have a better chance if it's like just within a few years. By the way, nice. Once you start getting lower and lower, Dr. Disrespect, I'm looking at you, it tends to maybe not work. After this point, I think to myself, this is sex, this is a possibility, but mainly sex. This is like a 50-50, and this is more realistic. Pretty much. Oh, and I went too far. And that's the puppy.
In all Western countries, only 8% of couples have an age gap of 10 or more, and couples with a larger age gap have more of a chance of getting a divorce.
Exactly.
But it is a rising trend to think about and keep an eye on. As the social landscape continues to change, so will gender dynamics, and I find that very interesting. But that's enough of my
It's very
yapping. What
neat
do
to
you
see.
guys think? What do you think of HagMaxxing? Have you ever HagMaxed? Would you HagMax? Personally, I am married to someone younger than me. He was graduating middle school while I was going into college.
So you are. Okay, we must be similar ages. Actually, you might be older than me. Listen, I thought I was older than you. All right, she's got to be like 35 then. Give or take. I actually don't know her age. 34, 35. That's my guess. Oh, she's 33. Close enough. I was close enough. Yeah, like I said, I'm 31. Also, is that the puppy? It's totally a puppy. I like her.
To
She
be
looks like
clear,
she's in her mid
I
20s.
did not know him when he was in middle school. I am not married to a middle schooler. Not a groomer, folks. Do not put in the newspaper that I am a groomer. If you like this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Link down below.
Thank
Helps
God
the
for
channel
that.
a lot, and
Thank
I
God for that.
appreciate it so much. Also, big shout out to Holtzkern again for sponsoring this
I have
video.
learned so much
Check
today.
them out. Link down below. And I will see you
I
next time.
learned
with a
so
new
much
video.
today. By the way, she's adorable. She's super cute. I've learned a lot today. HagMaxxing, had no idea what the fuck that was. I had no idea what the fuck that was. Chat has been wanting me to watch this for a second. I think the moment that this came out, popped in Discord, and they're like, listen, you gotta watch this. So I like this. Let me say this, because she was saying, like, how do you feel in, like, you know, the climate of it all, like, how do you think it's going to change? Well, first off, I think this has always been a thing, but I feel like as of late it's been getting stronger and stronger and stronger. How's it going to be in the future? That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. I want to say that this is going to probably to progress more and more. Let's just say that eventually no one's going to be dating anyone their age. It's either going to be one way all the way over to one side and one way all the way over to the other side. Now, is that good or bad? It's hard to say, but one thing I will say is, well, first off, the whole baby thing, that's starting to get thrown right out the window. I'm not saying throw your baby out the window. Please don't do that if you have kids. But like, I do think to myself, like, hey, that's starting to become less of a thing now, whether it's the economy, whether it's like how people see each other nowadays, the newer generations, etc., etc. So I like to say it's just only going to get worse. I think less kids and people are going to be dating way on the opposite end of things. Is it a bad thing? Probably not, especially for this economy. less people to have to feed. So that's nice. But yeah, really cool video. I like this one. So hope you like this one. This is learned a lot, Chad. And especially when she said something about VTubers. Looking at you, Chad. Looking at you.